minds, educators, and distinguished guests. We are honored to have with us today Mr. Pratul Joshi, a celebrated writer, director, and producer, and former assistant director of All India Radio. Mr. Joshi's extensive experience in radio broadcasting and his body of work are truly inspiring. Mr. Joshi has worked in various his capacities, producing over 60 documentaries and 2,000 live shows, and has written extensively on diverse topics. His work has been recognized internationally, and he is a passionate advocate for storytelling and cultural preservation. We are honored to have him with us today. We are also honored to have with us today Mr. Neeraj Kela, retired DBJ, a 1989 batch IOFS officer. May I now request Professor Veena Rai, Principal, Our Girls Degree College and Chairperson of IQS, to welcome Mr. Joshi with a sapling and gift as a token of gratitude. Thank you, ma'am. I would also like to extend a warm welcome to our principal, Professor Veena Rai, faculty members, and students. Your enthusiasm and dedication to learning are the driving forces behind our college's mission. We extend a warm welcome to the faculty members and students from other colleges of Lucknow. We are happy to welcome scholars from across the country who have joined us today online. As we celebrate World Students Week, we recognize the potential and creativity that students bring to the table. Today's event is an opportunity for us to come together, share ideas, and inspire one another. May I now request Professor Veena Rai, Principal, Our Girls Degree College, to welcome the chief guest formally.
नमस्कार। अवर गर्ल्स डिग्री कॉलेज की प्रांगण से विश्व विद्यार्थी दिवस, विश्व विद्यार्थी सप्ताह जो हमारे स्वर्गीय डॉक्टर अब्दुल कलाम की पुण्य स्मृति में मनाया जाता है, उस अवसर पर महाविद्यालय के आईपीएससी टीम, मनोविज्ञान विभाग और अंग्रेजी विभाग की तरफ से आयोजित व्याख्यान में मैं श्री प्रतुल जोशी जी का अपने विश्व महाविद्यालय परिवार की तरफ से हार्दिक अभिनंदन करती हूँ। मैं यहाँ पर उपस्थित अन्य महाविद्यालयों से आए हुए शिक्षक, विद्यार्थी तथा अपने भी महाविद्यालय के शिक्षकों और विद्यार्थियों का हार्दिक अभिनंदन करती हूँ। विश्व विद्यार्थी दिवस के इस अवसर पर श्री प्रतुल जोशी के द्वारा भारत की अवधारणा, कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ इंडिया पर अपने विचार व्यक्त किए जाएंगे। भारत की अवधारणा, आप लोग को लग रहा होगा कि मैंने एकदम से हिंदी भाषा में शुरू किया। भारत, अगर हम गांधी के शब्दों में बात करें तो भारत गांवों में बसता है। भारत एक राजनीतिक या भौगोलिक क्षेत्र नहीं है। जब हम भारत की बात करते हैं तो भारत का जो मानचित्र हमारे मस्तिष्क में उभरता है, उसमें वो भारत माता दिखाई देती है। और माता अपने बच्चों से, अपनी संस्कृति से, अपनी भाषा से, अपनी बोली से भी, अपने लोगों के दिलों में निवास करते हैं। अगर प्राचीन समय से हम भारत को लेके चले तो भारत की अवधारणा वसुधैव कुटुंबकम की रही है। आज संपूर्ण विश्व वन फैमिली, वन अर्थ, एक विश्व, एक पृथ्वी, एक परिवार का संदेश दे रहा है। भारत इस संदेश को अपने अंतरात्मा में वर्ष युगों युगों से जीता आया हुआ है। अगर हम हिमालय की बर्फीली चोटियों से कन्याकुमारी में समुद्र से नहाए हुए तटों को देखें, इधर चाय के हरे भरे बागानों को देखें, अगर हम चारों तरफ भारत को देखें तो भारत की प्रकृति, भारत की भाषा, भारत के लोग, भारत की संस्कृति और भारत की सद्भावनाएं और सभ्यताएं हर एक व्यक्ति के सांसों में बसती हैं। 2021 में जब मैंने इस महाविद्यालय के प्रांगण में पैर रखा और यहाँ के शिक्षिकाओं और यहाँ के विद्यार्थियों से जब मेरा परिचय हुआ, तो उच्च शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में छात्राओं के लिए या लड़कियों के लिए इस महाविद्यालय का जो योगदान है वो अविस्मरणीय है। और आप छात्राएं हमारी युवा सांसें हैं, भारत की युवा सांसें हैं, भारत की युवा धड़कनें हैं। आप नई राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति के साथ साथ हमारी पुरानी धरोहर, हमारी वैश्विक संपदा, हमारी बौद्धिक संपदा सभी को न केवल संजोने वाली बल्कि उनको आगे बढ़ाने वाले भी हैं। तो जो भारत की अवधारणा है जिसमें हम मिस्टर प्रफुल्ल जोशी जी को सुनेंगे, और मुझे जहाँ तक प्रोफेसर कृष्णा ने बताया है कि मैम आप बस महसूस करेंगी, उनको शब्दों में उनकी बातों को व्यक्त नहीं कर पाएंगी, उनके विचारों को वो सिर्फ महसूस करने के लिए बोलते हैं। तो आज हम सब उसके विचारों को महसूस करेंगे अपनी आत्मा से, अपने दिल से। तो भारत की अवधारणा के लिए आप हमारे महाविद्यालय में और आज हमारे विद्यार्थियों को एक नया संदेश देंगे, इसके लिए मैं यहाँ से आपका आभार भी व्यक्त करती हूँ और पुनः आपका अभिनंदन करती हूँ। और छात्राओं से इस संदेश के साथ कि भारत की अवधारणा भारत की सीमाएं और रेखाएं नहीं है, भारत के लोगों में बसती हैं, उसे अपने अंदर बसाइए और उसी के अनुसार उसकी सभ्यता और संस्कृति को संरक्षित और समर्पित कीजिए। धन्यवाद।
May I now request Professor Ranjan Krishna, IQSC Coordinator, to welcome Mr. Neeraj Kaya with a sapling as a token of gratitude. Thank you, ma'am. Without further ado, I would like to invite our chief guest, Mr. Pratham Joshi, to share his insights and experiences with us. Sir, please join us. Thank you.
Thank you very much for inviting me here. I've been allotted 45 minutes to speak. First of all, I would love to thank the staff and management and Professor Ranjan Krishna for giving me this opportunity because for a long time I used to pass by AGDC and always thought when that day will come when I would enter into the premises of AGDC. And today I find that that day has come. Because AGDC, as I am living here in Lucknow for the last 35 years, uh, the reputation which AGDC is having or was there, it was a very, for me and people like me, has been a very prestigious college, and I would say it is. So speaking in the auditorium of AGDC, I feel privileged. Thank you. My lecture would be in Hindi and English. Where I would feel difficulty in English, I would switch over to Hindi. Okay, because I was not brought up in English medium, rather I took it in my graduation level in Allahabad University, English medium. The topic I suggested, the concept of India. What is concept of India? I would start from saying that I don't worship any god, but my only god is the map of India. This map I worship because it has given me confidence, it has given me courage, it has widened my knowledge. And I've traveled in around 25 states, right from Kashmir to Kanyakumari and Anjao to the westernmost part of Gujarat. So this map is very magical for me. It's very interesting for me, and I would suggest that if some of you follow my this thinking pattern, then it would be benefiting you. Why I say that this map is interesting? You see, in the first at this glance, how can we divide India? I am not saying the division on the line of any political movement, rather on geographical, from the side of geography. So for me, India is divided between three units. One is landlocked states, where we are from, like UP, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan. And the other one are coastal states. And third one are our islands, Lakshadweep and Andaman and Nicobar Island. So these difference in what is the difference between landlocked states and the coastal states? Because islands are very small and having very less population. When I travel inside Maharashtra, inside Karnataka, inside Kerala, I find a different kind of culture which is very different from our landlocked states. The food habits are different. The way of thinking is different because people, they face challenges of sea. Sometimes the tides, they have to go there, to earn their bread and butter. In landlocked states, particularly in Lucknow or in UP, we are having so many facilities which we normally do not feel. Like UP, major part of UP doesn't come under seismic zone 5. So there are some states which are like having continuous the feeling of tremors. When I was in Arunachal Pradesh, whenever I would lie or floor, I would just listen something going inside. Then I asked one of my friends, "What is there?" That many times I have felt that. Then he said that around 200 small tremors they are in Arunachal. So in Lucknow or in UP, we don't feel like those travels. So landlocked states, I would say, because of so many things like security, internal security, they are less changing to the new ideas. The old traditions, things dominate on the psyche of the people. These are purely my views. You have every right to agree or disagree. Okay. What I have inferred from my uh, so many years of wandering in different parts of country. So these conclusions are debatable, and I would love if somebody debate. So the other thing about this map, when I see this map, now I am seeing this map from another angle. I am seeing this map from the angle of border states. Recently, when there was uh, a small skirmish between India and Pakistan, you see what was the feeling of Punjabi people and Kashmiri people. They felt themselves very insecure. Even Pakistan attacked in some districts, and so many people were killed in like in Punch. But we UPI, did we have that feeling? Because we are not border state. So if you would go like analyzing country in terms of border states, then you would see that border states have a different culture. Like Kashmiri people, Punjabi people. Then in northeast, if you go, you would see Mizoram is there, Manipur is there, Arunachal Pradesh is there. So many infiltrations are there. Like Rohingya, these refugees are in headlines. They are entering from Burma into Mizoram or in Manipur via Mizoram, Manipur. They are coming to India. Or this Pakistani terrorists are coming into India from Kashmir or Punjab. So, because of geographical locations, what I want to say that because of geographical locations, the psyche of the people residing there would be different. And when I meet any person from any part of the country, I would first ask where he's from or she's from, and then like I would be using those parameters. Oh, he is from Kashmir. Once what happened that I was traveling in Srinagar from my hotel to airport. Then I asked the driver, I said, uh, which music you people like most? He said, music, you're talking about music? We all the time we are under the shadow of terrorism, the army, and so many things. We don't have any time to be a chooser between classical or light classical or Hindustani or Carnatic or folk or light music. So I was just so much shocked because my love for music is very much, and I when I travel in Assam, I would love to listen the Bihu music, or if I am in Punjab, then I would love to hear some guitar or bhangra. So people, those who are living in Kashmir, they are not finding those opportunities where an open platform is for them. Most of the time, you would see what picture. I ask you, what picture you would like to draw of Kashmiri youth? You would say that pelting stone. But if you are shifted to Punjab, then you would say man dancing in the green field with turban. Or if we are talking about Gujaratis, we would say more investment friendly. So for South Indian people, for Malayali people, we would say, oh, their girls used to come in our state very early for nursing services when the local people were not interested in sending their daughters in nursing profession. This is the difference. If you are, if you would analyze the women football team of India, then you would see that majority of the women players are either from Northeast or Bengal or Kerala. I don't know in AGDC is there any facility for the girls to play football. Ranjana ji, you can tell me basketball, not football. But once I was witness to a final of women football in South Asian Games in Shillong, and I was just surprised to see the speed, the technique in which both the teams, India and Nepal, were playing. And the Indian girls were from, majority were from either Northeast or Bengal or some from other parts of India like Kerala. So what is this stereotype which we have? We are living in a country saying ourselves as Indians. Then what is the this obstacle which is hindering the institutions to introduce like football in government girls colleges? Because we have made some kind of stereotypes in our minds. No, no, our girls are not made for playing football because if they are going in shorts and people would not love to see them, their relatives. There is a film, Iranian film, Offside. In Iran, the girls were not allowed to watch a football game. Then a filmmaker produced a film on the subject, and some 5 girls they go there in the form of males, and they are arrested. So even the Iran was on that extreme that they were not allowing their girls to watch the football. So we in a country like inter-region disparities, which we less experience, but these are there. So when you would travel or when you would reside in different parts of the country, you see the difference in attitudes. I was fortunate enough that I got opportunity to stay in Meghalaya for 3 years and then Arunachal Pradesh for 3 years and Uttarakhand for more than 1 year. So what I found that the way we think in Lucknow, we will not be thinking in that manner in Assam or in Nagaland or in Meghalaya or in Kerala. One day in Trivandrum, I was a lady guard. She was just making whistle for the train to go, and there was a flag in her hand. Then I just laughed. I said, this may happen only in Kerala, because suppose I have not found any lady guard in railways in Uttar Pradesh, because the chances of abduction are more in these states because we have not changed our mindset. Like if you take a data of male gynecologists, you would see that the number of male gynecologists in UP is very limited. It is not even in hundreds. Even 2 number digits, I don't say with confidence, but the number is, I can say with confidence that number doesn't cross even 20 male gynecologists. But when my younger sister got operated for her delivery, it was a male gynecologist. So why my male gynecologists are not the number of states, because we have so many things as stereotypes that this work can be done only by males or this work can be done by the females. I saw one lady Puli in Pune. So now in a number of states, ladies are entering into those fields which were usually supposed to be prohibited for the ladies. But this stereotype in attitude, this stereotype with so many misinterpretation of our rituals, this make our country a very country with different cultural entities. Now I would again shift to the map. So you see how weird our country is. When you have to locate any place on the earth, our geography teacher would tell more in a more authentic way. What is the first thing we do? Who's your geography teacher here?
Yes.
You are. I think I have met you somewhere. Okay, okay. So, what is the first thing in geography we do? How we would locate any place?
Depending if you now with new technology, I stand up and say,
Yeah.
with new technology we use the internet and we use Google and search and other things. Earlier, when I was studying, map was the only world map or map was the only thing which we loved reading. And I still every day I tell my students to bring atlas in the class. And it is must to have atlas, whether you have Google, whether you have internet or whatever.
No, my simple question was because we go by longitudes and latitudes.
Definitely, definitely.
Okay.
That is like
To locate a place, we go for longitudes and latitudes. I think most of the girls sitting here know what are the longitudes and latitudes. You know.
Not all, but few.
So, please. So longitudes and latitudes are the imaginary lines which are drawn on globe just to tell the position of any place on the earth. If you just would Google any place like Ankara or Washington or London, you would say that there are some words which are telling you the exact position in terms of longitudes and latitudes. Okay. So in our country is between 8 degree 4 minute north to 37.6 degree north. Okay, madam, I'm right.
Yes. I'm sorry, I just want to interrupt. You were asking about the map, that is why I explained that. Now we have geotag photos, like when we are clicking
No,
your
I am
picture.
talking about primary map. Okay. For the layman. Okay. So this, if you would start from the Kanyakumari, then Kanyakumari would be at 8 degree 4 minute north from the equator. Okay, this is called latitude. And longitude, it is 68.7 degree east, that is Kutch, and to 97.25 east, that is Dong. Dong is a place in Arunachal Pradesh in Anjao district where the first rays of sun fall. Okay. So the difference between latitude is of, I would be coming to that latitude after some time. Longitude is important now. Longitude means the map has been like valued by the international agencies as 68.7 degree east to 97 point, and this is taken from earlier Greenwich Mean Time and now UTC. So Universal Time Coordinate. So you see between, can you any student tell me what is the time difference between two longitudes? This is a very simple question, I think. 4 minutes. Somebody told them 4 minutes. So 4 minutes is the rays of sun travel from one place to another between two longitudes. So when you would come to make a difference between the east and west, it comes around 29 degree. Okay, mean around 116 minutes. Why this is important? The first ray of sun which falls in India in Dong, near which comes under Anjao district of Arunachal Pradesh, when it travels from that place to the last place, which is in district Kutch, it takes around 2 hours. So what would be the sunlight at Arunachal Pradesh at 4 o'clock? It would be at 6 o'clock in Kutch. Now, in our country, we are having a very amusing situation. We are having only one time zone, which is very important for the diversity of this country or the weirdness of this country. But in US, which is the distance between east to west is around 2900 kilometers. And in US, where Ranjana ji, I think must be knowing much more than what I know. But in US, this boundary, the distance from east to west is of 4,509 kilometers. In USSR, this is 9,000 kilometers, and in India, it is 2,930. US has devised 6 time zones. Russia has devised 11 time zones. Even US has 11 time zones, but 5 are for those areas which are not densely habitated or inhabited. But in India, we are having only one zone. So what is happening? The lifestyle of the people is not same in our country. If you are in the extreme northeast or in some part of the east, you would see that the sun rises very early. When I first time I was entering into Itanagar way back in 2004, I was just amazed to see that it was 3:45 and people are on the road. They are loading and unloading trucks, and the sunlight is everywhere. So I thought, what is this going on? I saw my watch. No, it's 3:45. My watch is correct. So because I was not used when for the some, like it took me many months to get attuned with the sunlight and the sunset. Because here in Lucknow, I used to get up at 5:30, but there at 4 o'clock in the morning, there would be broad daylight. So what happened that some people went to Guwahati High Court. They filed a case and they said that there should be 2 time zones in India, one for eastern side and one for western side. But I don't know what were the reasons that Guwahati High Court did not approve. So what happens? We say we are Indians, we say that India is our heart, but the question is, from which part of India you are? So you go to early to bed in Mizoram. I was in Aizawl, I was that people are taking dinner at 6 o'clock in the evening. And when I go to Mumbai with my daughter, she would not sleep before 3 a.m. So I would say this is our country. That when we travel from one place to another, our food habits changes, our style of living changes. When we are going to sleep, even in, if you are in Mumbai, you see that the whole night traffic would be on the roads. There is no night for the citizens of Mumbai because people adjust themselves according to their workplace. But we cannot say India in a homogeneous way. We have to know which part of India we are talking. And this happens only when we do not move out of our state. We do not see the other part of the country. Then what we do, which is also very negative factor in the development of our country, we make some stereotypes that whatever kind we are living, that is the most perfect and most honorable practice. Everybody should live like this, as I live. If I don't eat non-veg, then the entire country should not eat non-veg. If I go to sleep at 10 p.m., then the entire country should go to sleep at 10 p.m. But this is not so, because the country, because of geographical differences, produces different kinds of food habits, different kinds of lifestyles, different kinds of sleeping patterns. And so I remember once member of parliament from Manipur was speaking in parliament over a no confidence motion, because Manipur was burning and there was a no confidence motion here. Then he was given time at 10 p.m. in the night. Then he said, "Sir, the time which you have allotted me, this is the time when nobody would be hearing me in Manipur. Because by 6 o'clock, by 7 o'clock, they finish their dinner, and by 9, they would go to the bed." So, what parliament adopted for him was not proper according to his viewpoint, according to his people's viewpoint. Secondly, I come to food habits. Like, these things should not hurt anybody's sentiment, but these are the reality of our country. Like, where we are living in the heartland of Ganga, Jamuna, Doaba, here vegetarian practices have been from time immemorial. But even in Bihar, when you move in the eastern part of Bihar, no marriage would be done without fish being in the plate. The Maithili Brahmins, I don't know if any Jhaji is sitting here, because Jhas are very intelligent and they are found everywhere. So, in Mithila Pradesh, because of the abundance of ponds there are 7 rivers in Khagadia district. So I got a chance to attend a marriage of one of my friends in Saharsa. Then I found that everybody is after fish. Okay, but can you just imagine that in the Brahmin family in UP, fish would be served in marriage? No, because it was never our food habit. Things should be this, and the food habits, they develop over the long time, over centuries, and because of the geographical conditions. And you cannot blame one part of people that they eat this, they are very like dirty people, they eat that, they eat that, because why they are eating that must be pondered. Like cow. Mata is like we worship cows in UP. This cow slaughter is banned. If somebody is found in this activity, he would be put behind the bar. But recently in January, I was in Goa. So I asked for menu. Then I saw that beef. There are so many dishes of beef. Beef means not buffalo beef. Beef means cow. Okay. But the more extreme position was when I was in Kohima. I used to visit Kohima because of one very grand festival which takes place there from 1st of December to 10th of December every year, that is Hornbill Festival. So I was surprised to see that the signboards, placards were there, dog meat is available here. So I was producing a documentary on Hornbill Festival, and I, by chance, entered into a arena where food festival was there, and there was competition of food making. So I sat in that one of the four. There were four participants which reached to the final, and the prize was 5 lakh. Then I asked for the menu. Then the menu: pork with silk worm, okay. Then dog meat, okay. As is there any vegetable item? Because though I am non-vegetarian, but not to that extreme that I would be eating pork with silkworm or dog meat. Then they informed me that sweet potatoes are there and you can eat. Okay. Then I asked the one very beautiful girl. She was comparing the program. I dared to speak to her. I said, and first I took her introduction, then she informed me that she was a trainer and working in Bengaluru with some Bharatram Charitram firm. So I was convinced that she has got good exposure, so she would not irritate on my question. I asked, what do you think? Don't you think that the Naga people are very infamous for their dog eating habits? They are very infamous in the mainland India. But the answer which she gave me was excellent. She said, when you eat pork, when you eat buffalo, when you eat chicken, when you eat fish, when you eat so and so forth, when you eat mithun, one like buffalo type kind of animal is there, mithun, which is eaten on a large scale in Arunachal Naga. Then what is the problem in eating dog? I said, logically you are correct. But our feelings for dog are different. And her logic was so much strong that I could not deny that she was incorrect. Then she told me that see, we don't eat these street dogs, we rear dogs for eating. I thought, okay. Then I thought that I would never dare to have good relationship with any Naga girl because the requirement may be a bit different. So, what happened in Nagaland? Some people went to the court recently, 2-3 years back, and they demanded that the dog eating habit should be banned. Then court said, okay. Then another writ petition was there. Then ultimate decision was no, it should continue because it is part of their food habits. So this is our country. That if you would be making some stereotypes, you would say that this thing is good, that this is bad, this should not be the persons, the population which is pursuing this kind of habit should be boycotted or should be declared as un-Indian, then I would say that you are not doing justice with the country because you are thinking things from your stereotypes, from your perception, from your upbringing, and you are not exposed to the different part of the country. This country is very different, and this difference we come to know when we meet people from different regions. Like in the January last year or before last year, I was in Udupi. My daughter was in Bengaluru, so I thought that I should go to the nearby places. When there was severe cold in Lucknow and in the heartland, people were just walking with a lungi and banyan. They were not even having the shirts because there were people who were going to Sabrimala and they were in the groups. So I was just laughing that our friends, they are shivering with severe cold in the heartland area. So in one part of India, when there is severe cold, the other part of India is because of now here latitude comes, not longitudes, because our country is very near to equator, and those areas which are like Kerala or Tamil Nadu or Karnataka, some part of Karnataka, you would see lush green fields in Kerala. Even they are so much green that sometimes the you would say that now it is too much because of being like very near to equator because of the heavy rainfall which they experience every year. Interesting thing that we talk about women empowerment. Women empowerment. There should be women empowerment. I am also in favor of women empowerment. Women should be empowered because they have not been empowered for centuries. They were victim of so many outdated caste systems and rituals and other things. But can you imagine that there is a group in Meghalaya which is fighting for the men empowerment for last 35 years? Why this is so? Can any student tell me the reason? I would be most delighted person. Can anybody tell me why there are people fighting? The men folk are fighting for their rights. Just tell me anybody if any idea. I am singly speaking. There should be a two-way.
Patriarchal society.
Yes, not matriarchal, madam. Matrilineal. Okay. What is happening? This because the names are very different from what we speak here. The name of the organization is Sing Hong Rimpe Thimmai. Okay, this organization was formed in 1990 to protect the man right. What happens in Meghalaya? I was there in Shillong for more than 3 years. So there is matrilineal society. And this matrilineal society, here the name, lineage system is the name would be on the mother's name. And the youngest daughter of the family would be inheriting the property of the family. Third, after marriage, the bridegroom would enter into bride's house. He has to leave his place. So many of my colleagues in Meghalaya, and this is popular only among two tribes, that is Khasi and Garo. They did not marry because of the fear that they would be leaving their Maika, I would say. Okay. But how much it has been highlighted that even the manfolk are fighting, they are saying, no, we should be given the right in the family ancestral property. This linear system should be stopped. And the paradox is that even the tradition of matrilineal society being so much strong in Meghalaya, there had been not a single woman chief minister in Meghalaya. So this woman empowerment is limited only in the houses, not in the politics. If women were so strong, they should have been the chief minister of Meghalaya. They would be ruling. In Imphal, I was the one market where the entire market is operated by the women. Neeraj, have you seen that market in Imphal? Have you been to Imphal anymore? Okay. So that market, now Manipur is burning, there so much political unrest. But when it was peaceful, I visited Imphal, and I saw that the entire market is being supervised, being controlled by the women only. So that is the woman empowerment. When I was talking about the marriage system, I still remember that among the Mathil Brahmins, the system is that the bridegroom would not return with this marriage party because they are near Janakpur and it was like Swayamvar was a tradition. So when I went in the marriage of one of my friends, I saw that all are returning, but only the bridegroom is, and it is a provision that bridegroom has to stay for 15 days in bride's house. Sometimes he is beaten also, if he doesn't follow the rules of the house. So the situation of man folk is very pathetic in some parts of the country. It is not that everywhere they are ruling the family. So these are the things. Like I come to like the area of languages. I wondered when I read the data how many mother tongues exist in this country. Can anybody tell me the number how many mother tongues according to 2011 census was in India? I would love if some questions are from the side of girls and or the teachers or somebody can tell me the data. I'm talking of mother tongues. Some are yawning, some are sleeping, some are talking. I think my lecture is very boring. Okay, is it so? Should I finish it very soon? So, how many mother tongues are in our country, or how many mother tongues were in our country in 2011 census? Yes, one hand is there. 2000. No, the number is very staggering. It is 19,000. I'm talking about mother tongue. So we are in one country where around 20,000 mother tongues are there, and we are having 22 official languages, but we are having around 700 dialects. Like number of dialects is the total number of language and dialect comes to around 700. So when I was in Itanagar, there were 11 dialects in which news broadcast even today, and in Nagaland it is in 13 dialects. I never heard the name of that dialects like Apatani, Adi, Galo, Wangjo, this language is from the western side of Arunachal Pradesh. Mompa. When you would go there in Nagaland, you would listen Ao, Pochiang, and there are 14 dialects in which broadcast takes place. So how much diversified this country? Even in Kumaon, we have Kumaonis and Garhwali dialect, and then Jaunsari is also there. In every part of the country, the dominance of dialect is there. Like Bhojpuri is a dialect, and Bhojpuri has so many its branches. So we are so much rich in dialects. We are so much rich in languages. I can speak, as I told Ranjana ji, that I can speak in 4 languages. Like whenever I meet any Bengali person, I love to speak with them because then I get some favor from even one smile is enough. Okay, so আমি বাংলাতে বলতে পারি. When I would meet with any Muslim person, I would start using some alfaz to have my impression that he is very good in Urdu. So this is also one thing very interesting, that if you learn the languages other than your mother tongue or the language which you are speaking in your region, then the affinity factor is there. People would just love to talk to you. আপনি কি বাংলা জানেন কি? আমি ভালো বাংলা জানি, আমি পড়তে পারি, আমি বুঝতে পারি, আমি কথা বলতে পারি। পরিষ্কার দাদা, Bhishon. Any Bengalis here? Girl? You are there. So you are liking my words. আমি কেমন বলছি বাংলা ভালো বলছি না so there is at least one person who appreciated my this language command. So my request is that why I chose this subject, that if you are living in UP, if you love your country, please take a tour of some parts of the country every year. My 25 state journey has not been in some years, rather it took 50 years because of so many regions, because of my relatives living in different parts of the country, or my workplace was there, or sometimes I went there only for to visit us. So then you would see that our country is not homogeneous. The Bengali people, the UP people, the Bihari people would tie their dhoti in the front portion, but Marathi women would tie their dhoti in the back side of. They would be doing their local folk there. In east, northeast, the women wear gale, that is kind of lungi. They don't wear dhotis. In the same way, if I would be talking about religions, you would see that 6 major religions are in India. Okay, the Hinduism, Islam, Christianity, Buddhism, Jainism, and one more. The 6 I have counted, I have written here. So, but when I encountered one religion, it was to my utter surprise that this is a very different religion. It is Hinduism, Islam, Christianity, Sikhism, Buddhism, Jainism. There are 6 religions. But there are some other religions also there. When first time I went Itanagar, I saw that everywhere the signboards are talking of Dhoni Polo. What is this Dhoni Polo? My daughter used to study in one school that was Dhoni Polo school. Everything Dhoni Polo. I asked, what is Dhoni Polo? Then this Dhoni Polo is our god. And which god do you believe? Dhoni Polo. Okay. But now tell me, what is Dhoni Polo? Then Dhoni stands for sun and Polo stands for moon. And they developed, there is a movement that is known as indigenous faith movement. There was very interesting tussle in Arunachal that Dhoni Polo followers were advocating their religion. Then Buddhist followers and Buddhism, you know, there are 2 sects. One is Mahayana, the other one is Hinian. So the western side of Arunachal belongs to the Mahayani people, and the eastern side of the people belongs to Hinian people. Then the Christianity was entering. They were trying to convert people. Then Hinduism, the followers in the one day, one friend told me one very interesting episode. He said that Hinduism follower went to one indigenous faith movement follower. He said, or no, to that person who was looking interested in Christianity. He said, which language your grandfather used to speak? He said, that our Apatani. Okay, Apatani. And acha, suppose you are converted into Christianity, what language you would speak? He said, English. Then if suppose your grandfather is there, like in any ritual, then how would you communicate with him? You would not be speaking Apatani, you would be speaking English. So please don't go for Christianity. This kind of tussles were there. Like there are so many practices. I wrote one article about how different death practices are being followed in India. Like in the Mahayan followers, they cut their dead body into 64 pieces and then throw it in the river so that the fishes could eat the whole body. Can we? This is not terrifying that a dead body is being cut into 64 pieces just to being put into the river. And there was protest among the modern youth. They said that no, the chief minister, who is now Pema Khandu, his father uh, met death in an air accident. So very like tall and very fatty person. So like his body was cut into so many pieces. So this is the country. You find different kind of customs, you find different kind of rituals, you find different kind of mindset. But the beauty of country is that when two people from different parts meet or they marry, the problem is very grave in the matter of marriages. And there is one very good film, Mr. and Mrs. Iyer, about the one is I think Bengali and the other is Telugu, something like that. So if two persons from different parts, like a Bengali is marrying a Malayali or a UPite is marrying a Tamil, then sometimes some problems crop up because they are entirely from two different regions. I know one example where one IS officer, he was posted in Tamil Nadu and he was from Arunachal Pradesh. So his wife is Tamilian. So they were, the wife was, it took many years her to get adjusted in their family. So, but now what is happening? The industrialization and the employment opportunities are in either western part of India or in southern part of India in large scale. Not I am not talking about government jobs like PCS or PCSJ or other things. Like industrialization, the over in the 78 years after independence, we find that this it has swung in favor of western and southern states. What is happening now? Most of the girls who are going to work in Hyderabad or in Mangaluru or in Maharashtra, in Pune, in Mumbai, are they going to marry with their relatives in UP or Bihar or in Madhya Pradesh? They are choosing like any Iyer or any Marathi boy or any Gujarati boy. So this is also one very big question before the girls in UP to raise demand for industrialization in Uttar Pradesh. Because if all the eligible or competent or professional girls are moving in those areas and they are marrying there, and the boys are also doing the same thing, so this would and this impact is there, I can say. So the 71 should know the 78 years journey of our country, how India has changed, how India is now divided. My one more division is there. I talked about the this like landlocked state and border, this coastal area, and then islands or border area states. But there is one more division. There is most industrialized places, most industrialized states versus non-industrialized. If you see, then the division is like between west and south at one hand where the most industrialization has taken place and the rest of the country. Ranjana ji is just giving me signal that I have to finish. Only two things I have to be to take your permission. That when we read in our history books that India got independence on 15th August 1947, I would love to say this is an incomplete sentence. India got independence from the Britishers on 15th August 1947. The Puducherry people, the Goanese people did not get independence from the French and the Portuguese, and it took place on 19th December 1961 after Operation Vijay in Panaji, that the Goa was added to, it was merged with Indian state, and it was in 1954 that French government bowed down before the then Indian government, and then so there are so many things. If you are just analyzing, if you ponder, you would find very interesting things are there. I only presented a very small portion of those things. Thank you very much for listening. I would invite if any question is there, if my knowledge would allow me, then I would try to give you an answer, because knowledge is unlimited and you cannot give answer to all the questions. Is there any question? And if there is no question, then it is also a question. That my presentation did not evoke any question in your mind. Okay. So I think one or two questions should be there. Even teachers are requested if they think that I have left something. Please.
Thank you so much for enlightening us. It was very informative and very, we have learned so much from a lecture. Um, I have no question, but I just want to tell you a few things which I have experienced that would like when you were talking, I was just writing. Number one, you said that uh, landlocked states, they are more traditional than the areas which are near coastal areas. But personally, it's not a question, it is just an observation that I have seen people who are living in the coastal areas, they follow more, they are more traditional and they have their perfect rituals. We are converting, we are just adjusting with so many things. अपना जो हमारे हम एक तो जैसा कि आपको भी है पता है, हम सबको पता है कि हिंदू धर्म हम लोगों का बहुत ज़्यादा एडजस्ट कर लेता है, कुछ भी बदल देता है कि जैसा हमारे पास सुविधा होती है उस हिसाब से हम पूजा करने लगते हैं. But in south and in southern country and coastal areas, whether it is Gujarat or southern part or Kerala or Orissa, they follow, they are very advanced but follow their tradition very nice, very beautifully. Even women, men and women both. Then number two, in 2023, I went to Kashmir. And unfortunately, this thing happened recently here. Yes, that was very unfortunate. I was there on 2023. I was there at that particular spot where this happened. But I have seen a beautiful. So many tourists were coming and such a vibrant scenario there. I asked somebody. हमने वहाँ पर जैसे लड़कियाँ हमें बहुत पढ़ती हुई दिखाई दी, कॉलेज से निकलती हुई दिखाई दी, स्कूल से. मैंने पूछा ड्राइवर्स वहाँ पर जो हमारा था, वो एक तरीके से गाइड भी था हमारा वो, तो उसको मैंने पूछा कि भाई आप लड़कियां मुझे ज्यादा पढ़ती दिखती, लड़के कम पढ़ते दिखते हैं, ऐसा क्यों है? तो वो कहने लगे कि ये बच्चियां जो है शादी, तो हमने कहा कि बिना पढ़े हुए लोगों के साथ शादी कैसे होती है इनकी, क्योंकि मैं तो बॉयज को पढ़ा, हमें तो जगह जगह वो स्मोक करते हुए गैदर झुंड में दिखते थे. तो हमने कहा ये शादी, तो कहते वो शादी करते इसलिए कि उन्हें पढ़ी लिखी वाइफ चाहिए अपने बच्चों को पढ़ाने के लिए. उनका अलग ही मकसद है, वो अलग किस्म से वो कर रहे हैं, लेकिन उसमें उनका बिजनेस बहुत अच्छा था. वहां पर हमने वो जब देखा तो बहुत अच्छा लगा कि काफी डेवलपमेंट हुआ और दिख रहा था. वो सडनली ये सब हो गया तो फिर थोड़ा सा बदल गया. तो मैंने मतलब भी कहना चाहूंगी कि वो बड़ा अच्छा था, बड़ा पॉजिटिव चेंज मुझे दिखा 2023 में. आपसे जैसे कि अभी आपने बताया कि आप, मैं भी अभी रिसेंटली होली पे ही नॉर्थ ईस्ट गई थी और वहाँ पर जैसा आपने बताया वो देख के और सुन के बड़ा अच्छा लगा. वहाँ एक सलोन में एक बॉय था, एक लड़का था, तो उसने हमसे कहा कि हम लोग की हालत बड़ी खराब है यहाँ, मतलब हम लोग बड़े अनकंफर्टेबल है यहाँ, हमारी कोई सुविधा नहीं है, तो हम लोग यहाँ से निकलना चाहते हैं. हम लोग उत्तर प्रदेश या इस तरह की जगहों पर आना चाहते हैं, तो सुन के थोड़ा मतलब दुख भी हुआ और अच्छा भी लगा कि कहीं तो ऐसा है कि ये इस तरह की कंडीशन है। थैंक यू सो मच एंड इट वाज वेरी इंफॉर्मेटिव, वंडरफुल। थैंक यू।
Thank you very much. Or any now it was the turn of teacher. Any student would love to make any comment or ask any question? I think Ranjana ji, there would be some time left. So, is there any? Madam, I do agree with your words. Um, I would say that the coastal area people are more agile, but they are tradition bound because of you see crores of people reach to Sabrimala and they go there wandering on the roads. So this is a matter of like research that how coastal areas affect the social and cultural and religious life of the people there and how they are different from landlocked. I think if there is any professor of sociology, she would recommend this topic for the research. And as far as Kashmir talk, I was referring, I was shocked because the influence of music, which I have felt in Assam or in Meghalaya or in Arunachal or in Punjab or in even UP, was not visible in Kashmir. And because of the perpetual this the wave of terrorism or anti-national elements, they became victims, and the development of music, which should have taken place there, because they have the santoor is an origination from Kashmir. They are not heirs of instruments or the classical music tradition. There is a Khayal Darpan is a documentary which talks about the classical tradition of music in Pakistan. So music had been very much popular among the Muslims as well. But this political developments, they ruined the life of the people who were innocent, who were not like in that profession of capitalism. Thank you very much. Again, I would love to meet you and come.
Thank you, sir. On behalf of the college and on my own personal behalf, I extend my deepest gratitude to Mr. Joshi for giving this very insightful and thought-provoking talk and making us aware and sensitizing us towards the culture's fine nuances of culture. And I'm sure some of our history, geography, and literature students will pick up ideas from this and write research articles. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Neeraj, sir, for gracing the occasion. I guess there are no questions. Actually, it's time for the next class also, so we have to wind up. I would invite Anshika to give the formal vote of thanks.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. I, Anshika Singh, Vice President, Students' Council, our Girls Degree College, truly honored and privileged to deliver the vote of thanks. First and foremost, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our guest, Mr. Prabal Joshi, for sharing such a valuable insight on the topic, the concept of India. Your words have inspired us to look at India not just as a country, but as a family of millions of residents. We are grateful to have Mr. Neeraj Kela with us today. Thank you, sir, for gracing the occasion. All the faculty members for an integral part, and with due respect, I would like to extend my gratitude to each one of them. We are also grateful to the management for their blessings, guidance, and continuous support for helping and organizing such events. I would be failing in my duty if I do not thank our principal, Professor Veena Rai, our Girls Degree College, and chairperson of IQAC for her continuous guidance and support. I would like to extend my gratitude to Professor Ranjana Krishna, IQAC coordinator, and other members of IQAC for helping in organizing this wonderful and enlightening lecture. The staff and support staff of the college have been always there to help us with logistic planning and execution of such programs.
This is my duty to thank them as well. We thank the students who have attended today's lecture with great enthusiasm, and we also thank the students who have attended the lecture online. And you all have been a wonderful audience. Thank you once again. Let us stand for the national anthem.
May I now request all the dignitaries and faculty members to come for this group photograph.